Hey, what's up? It's Ken from Flow Tricks, and we are in Sword Month. I am using a fire sword today. It's a very short fire sword. We're gonna go over some fire sword basics in terms of flow, so I hope you enjoy, and don't forget, at the end of the month, Patreon donors, one lucky Patreon donor is gonna get that really sweet unsheathing sword that I made for the last video. That sword is given out to one lucky patron. But let's begin. Now this is just kind of my opinion, but with sword, your dynamics and your body motion has even more power because it doesn't fold, it doesn't have any advanced techniques like a nunchuck would have. That's not to say contact sword or there isn't any good techniques. There's a lot of moves that are taken from baton that could also work in staff moves, but just generally speaking, your body is going to convey just as much as the sword, especially if you're a circus artist and you're just getting into like performance with a sword. A deep stance says a lot than if I just went like this, ha. This says more than ha, does it not? So the first thing I'm going to go over is dynamics in your technique, okay? Let me give you an example here. Now, everyone should be familiar with the figure eight. But with the sword, if I just kept the figure eight going at the same pace, it loses a lot of its flavor of being a sword. So what I'd like you to do to first start out, we're going to work on the figure eight. If you don't know the figure eight, let's just go ahead and start with the clear basics, which is I'm going to stand with my face towards the camera. It's in my right hand right now. I'm going counterclockwise, making a counterclockwise circle. The moment it hits 12 o'clock, it's crossing across my body and it's going to create a circle on the other side. Once it hits 12 o'clock on the other side, I'm crossing back down to 6, and we're going to repeat. Now if I was standing here, it'd look like this. 12 o'clock, slash down to 6 on the other side, and then I'm creating a circle here. And when I say by creating a circle, just imagine this is a crayon, it's drawing a big circle. Like if I was standing here, you can see the circle. So I'm creating a circle kind of to the front of my body, and then as it hits 12 o'clock, I create a circle behind my body. 12 o'clock, circle in front. You should know the figure eight by now. If you don't, that's okay. Just kind of work on that. But what I'm trying to say is the dynamics of a sword, you want to kind of create more of a swing if you want to do it ninja style. So again, if I was going like this is a nice sword, but it'd look a lot better if we actually, what we would do is we'll be very loose here, and now we're going to slash down. We're going to try to twist our body just a little bit more with it. Whoosh! And what we're going to do is we're going to twist it down all the way until it hits 6 o'clock, and then we're just going to tense up just for a second, right as soon as we hit 6 o'clock. And that's going to, we're basically going to kind of flick it up just a little bit. So it's like, we're loose, slash really fast, flick it up right there. So, whoosh, okay, whoosh. And you're going to hold it with the sword starting up. So, to start with the sword, you can always go like this. But again, your stances are very important with a sword. So what I'd like to do, take your left foot, take one step forward, stick your hand over your head. So your right hand's holding the sword over your head like you're about to strike, okay? Your left hand can stand straight out, it's cool. This is just a nice deep stance that you can do to start with a figure eight. Again, it beats this. I mean, this to me is not a convincing sword swing. It can be circusy, but you lose a lot of the presence. So instead, okay, left foot steps forward, hands above your head, it's vertically, left hand's forward like this. Okay, this is a little more theatrical. You can tilt it up and slash down. You can use a mirror if you want to see different kinds of stances. So we're up here like this. Now we're gonna start it by, we're gonna swing it down. Right, I'm right behind here. Now do you notice it's right here? Slash down and flick it up. And then we're gonna stop it right here. And the reason why we stop it is because if we stop it here, we have options, whereas instead of this, where we're kind of committed to the endless motion, here, whoosh, we have a motion that we can take it across and totally stop the figure eight. Or we basically, once we bring it up here, we can get ready for the slash down just by crossing my wrist over this way. We're gonna do the same thing. It's gonna flick down, and the moment it flicks down and it reaches down by my hip, it's gonna have the biggest flick as it comes back up. Whoosh, and it's back up. So whoosh, whoosh. In my opinion, this is a much more dramatic and powerful way to do a figure eight than this. We're gonna go whoosh, whoosh. And again, your hand is up here. The reason why your hand is up here is because, well, one is it's good for swords because you're actually you're ready in case they swing at you, you can like redirect really fast. But otherwise it also just looks good because it's ready to go. So your first move will just be slash here, slash, slash. And again, remember, the dynamics of the swing makes all the difference as well as your footwork.